Hello and welcome to Hebrew Podcasts. In today's Hebrew lesson, we'll hear a dialogue between Talia and her mom about celebrating Yom Ha'atzmaut, the Israeli Independence Day. This year, on May 8, Israel will celebrate its 60th anniversary. Many world leaders are planning to come to Israel to participate in the celebrations. In our lesson, however, we'll focus on the plans of one family. As we usually do, we'll start by listening to the entire dialogue. We'll then examine it piece by piece. Here's the dialogue.
בוקר טוב, טליה.
בוקר טוב, אמא.
את יודעת איזה חג חוגגים בשבוע הבא?
כן, יום העצמאות.
זה יום ההולדת של מדינת ישראל.
איך חוגגים יום הולדת למדינה?
מקשטים את הבתים בדגלי ישראל, חוגגים בשירה וריקודים וזיקוקי דינור. סבתא ארגנה פיקניק ביער ירושלים.
כמו בשנה שעברה?
כן, כמו כל שנה ביום העצמאות.
אני אוהבת לפגוש את כל המשפחה.
Noah, you started by greeting Talia good morning. Let's listen again to how you said good morning.
בוקר טוב. בוקר טוב.
You went on to ask Talia if she knows which holiday is coming up the following week. In Hebrew, when we say do you know, we don't use the helper verb to do. We simply say you know.
את יודעת? את יודעת?
The word for holiday or festival is chag. The word for a celebration is derived from it, chagiga. The verb to celebrate, here in the present plural, celebrating, is חוגגים. In the dialogue we heard
איזה חג חוגגים? איזה חג חוגגים?
which holiday are we celebrating? You probably noticed that in this question Noah skipped the pronoun we and didn't specify who's doing the celebrating. This is similar to the passive voice in English. Finally, Noah finished the question with next week.
בשבוע הבא. בשבוע הבא.
A week is shavua. Next week is shavua haba. Beshavua haba means at or on next week. Of course, in English we don't say on next week. But let's take another example where we do say on. Thursday is
יום חמישי. יום חמישי.
and to say on Thursday it's
ביום חמישי. ביום חמישי.
So Noah, let's listen to the entire question from the dialogue in two parts. The first part, do you know which holiday?
את יודעת איזה חג? את יודעת איזה חג?
And we are celebrating next week, or is celebrated next week?
חוגגים בשבוע הבא? חוגגים בשבוע הבא?
Let's move on. Noah, you mentioned that Independence Day is the country's birthday. But how do you say birthday?
יום הולדת. יום הולדת.
And with the definite article, the birthday?
יום ההולדת. יום ההולדת.
Noah, how did you say the state of Israel, or the country of Israel?
מדינת ישראל. מדינת ישראל.
The word for a state or a country is medina. It changes to medinat when we put it together with Israel, in Medinat Yisrael. In fact, we saw another example of this in lesson 7 when the word for a meal, arucha, changed into aruchat when we said aruchat boker, breakfast. Talia asked, how is a birthday celebrated for a country? We see the passive voice again. Talia didn't specify who's celebrating, just that it's celebrated. In Hebrew we simply say
חוגגים. חוגגים.
That's the present plural form of the verb to celebrate. So let's hear Talia's question from the dialogue. How is a birthday celebrated for a country?
איך חוגגים יום הולדת למדינה? איך חוגגים יום הולדת למדינה?
Noah, you answered that the houses are decorated with flags. You used the passive voice again. Let's hear that in two parts. The houses are decorated.
מקשטים את הבתים. מקשטים את הבתים.
Mekashtim is the verb to decorate in the present plural. Et habatim means the houses. The word et is a form that indicates the direct object and it has no equivalent in English. The second part, with Israeli flags.
בדגלי ישראל. בדגלי ישראל.
A flag is degel. An Israeli flag is degel Israel. And in plural it turns into diglei Israel. Noah, you said that Grandma organized a picnic in the Forest of Jerusalem. The Forest of Jerusalem is a relatively young pine forest that was planted in the 50s in the west part of Jerusalem. To say Grandma organized a picnic, you said
סבתא ארגנה פיקניק. סבתא ארגנה פיקניק.
Savta is grandma. The word for grandpa is saba. The verb to organize in the past, here in the third person singular feminine, is irgena. You can find more information about the different forms of this verb in our lesson guide. Finally, the word for picnic is the same in Hebrew, picnic. The picnic is an annual family tradition. We heard a couple of expressions using the word for a year, shana. You may recall this word from lesson 3. In our dialogue, we heard Talia say, like last year. To say last year, she said,
שנה שעברה. שנה שעברה.
Shana she'avra. Literally, it's a year that passed. Let's see how to say next year.
שנה הבאה. שנה הבאה.
This is similar to Shavua haba. For Shana, it's haba'ah because the word Shana is feminine. Another expression with Shana was
כל שנה. כל שנה.
This word, kol, is a very versatile word that could mean all, every, any, so, or whole. In our dialogue, we see a couple of examples. Kol shana means every year. Later in the dialogue, we've seen it used again when Talia said the whole family.
כל המשפחה. כל המשפחה.
In fact, Talia said that she loved meeting the whole family at the picnic. To say I love meeting or I love to meet, Talia said,
אני אוהבת לפגוש. אני אוהבת לפגוש.
To meet is lifgosh. And with this we come to the end of our lesson. Before we repeat the dialogue, let's remind our listeners to download the lesson guide off our website at HebrewPodcasts.com. Let's listen again to the entire dialogue. We'll pause after each line for you to repeat it out loud.
בוקר טוב, טליה.
בוקר טוב, אמא.
את יודעת איזה חג חוגגים בשבוע הבא?
כן, יום העצמאות.
זה יום ההולדת של מדינת ישראל.
איך חוגגים יום הולדת למדינה?
מקשטים את הבתים בדגלי ישראל חוגגים בשירה וריקודים, וזיקוקי דינור. סבתא ארגנה פיקניק ביער ירושלים.
כמו בשנה שעברה?
כן, כמו כל שנה ביום העצמאות.
אני אוהבת לפגוש את כל המשפחה.
That's it for today. Until next time, שלום ולהתראות בפעם הבאה.
להתראות בפעם הבאה.
להתראות בפעם הבאה.